I really think capture these kind of little wonders and works of Mother Nature is the bleeding hearts. Here you get a set of 3. It's a variation of different colors that you'll get home for $24.54 and free shipping and handling. I'll never forget taking my daughter and my son, but specifically the moment I had with my daughter, kind of identifying and looking at some of these flowers, and she discovered, snapdragons and bleeding hearts. And it was just such a moment of watching like the awe of a little girl kind of see the shapes. And for someone who loves hearts, I will never look at a bleeding heart or a snapdragon the same after watching her reaction when she saw them for the very first time. These are such beautiful, unique, and works of art to add to your garden. For $24.54, you get these home with free shipping and handling. Now, when we started our season, we had 4,000 to go around. We're down to our final quantities. We've got 400, and that's it. It's M71393. It is not too late to plant your bleeding hearts in your garden this year. Barb, tell me all about these. They're gorgeous.
Oh, thank you, Allie. This was so exciting to be able to get this collection here. So the collection includes that traditional pink. Here it is back here. That pink that we all love, and here it is. We remember the arched shape of this stem where they gracefully hang from the arch shape. It just does not look like Mother Nature could create something more perfect. These are amazing flowers. So then we wanted to put the pristine white in this collection. And then what is really unusual about this collection is we have the very first true red, and this is a brilliant true red in the bleeding heart. To be able to have one of each color is really, really amazing. These romantic blooms just add so much interest to brighten up those shady areas and truly create that woodland scene that is just magical. I love staring at these because you just cannot believe that Mother Nature, well, yes, you can. She's amazing. Only she could create something this unbelievably perfect with the heart shape. So, so pretty. And this is something that maybe your grandparents grew and you remember having them in the garden in the backyard. And they're a perennial, Allie. So they're coming back year after year. And what I love to do is bring plants that maybe have a very unusual side to them, like that true red right there, but something that is so easy to grow because there is nothing better than successful gardening. It is so satisfying to have these plants just come into their own and year after year get better and better. And that's what this bleeding heart's going to do for your garden.
Well, Barb, you are my horticulture queen, even though you're
Ah.
Barb King. But talk to me about this. If I get these home, like,
Oh.
one, where do I plant them? And 2, did I miss the boat on planting?
Sure.
Is there still time in the season to plant?
Absolutely. And you know what? That's what a lot of people don't realize. Like, now is the time. So if you're ordering now, you're going to get it in the perfect time. This is going to bloom late spring through early summer. It's one of the prettiest plants that will grow in those shady areas. So you'll put it in full shade to even part shade. And Allie, it's going to grow about 30 inches tall, to each plant about 12 inches wide. Also, just any kind of average, well-drained soil, this is going to do so well. And another thing that I love about this, Allie, it's deer resistant. That's
Ooh.
huge, especially right in our area. We like the deer resistant plants
Yeah.
because something that blooms this pretty, you don't want that to disappear in a day after the deer go through. So this is one of those plants they tend not to love. And I just love the romance of this plant and the memories that it brings back of my childhood, seeing it in grandma's backyard.
I love it. Well, Barb, here's the thing. We don't have very many of these left to go around. And that's really for the entire season, right? So we brought in
Sure.
about, was it 4,000? And now, yeah, we have 300. So they are
Wow.
going fast. The bleeding heart mix is that 3-piece set. But if you want to get these on the easy pay opportunity, that goes away at the end of the day today. So be sure to put them in your cart and check out, or give us a call to place your order. You can always shop with confidence with Barb King and the live plants that she
Oh,
shipped.
yeah.
But for you, this really is, it is that prime time for you to plant, because they're going to ship out to you right away. And you're also
Yeah.
getting the first day at this low price to add something so unique and so special that's going to put a smile on your face in your garden. Barb, where do you recommend that we plant the bleeding hearts?
Any kind of shady area, whether it is on your patio or deck, you can actually grow these very well in containers. So if you have a shady balcony, a patio, or deck, put them in a container and have some real interest of something that is old school, reminiscent of grandma's vintage backyard looking, or just put them right into the ground. Maybe you have a tree area that just looks so bare and it's not really wonderful. Well, these are getting bare roots. So if you are planting them amongst roots, it's easy to get them into the ground too,
Hmm.
because you're not digging those big holes
Good point.
of, the 1 gallon pots. So it's easy to tuck into different areas. And then I do love them planted in groupings, so you certainly can do the 3 in a collection, but I had a friend that said, "Oh, I just sprinkled them into," she calls it her forest. It's a little tiny couple of pine tree areas that, and it looks so cute, and it's this woodland, atmosphere that she has back there, and she said it added color, it added
Yeah.
grace in that beautiful, beautiful shape of the flower, and she said, "I'd never seen that red one before," and
Hmm.
I said, "That's really one of the reasons we wanted that in the collection." So many people never saw the first true red bleeding
Yeah.
heart. We all love that amazing pink one that has the little bit of white coming out of it as well, and then the pristine white. That's something like I love that at night you actually see that from a
Hmm.
distance too. It's such a crisp, crisp white. And
Okay,
it also
Barb, I
does.
got to give you a
Yes,
little bit of an update, because we had brought in, 4,000 for the season.
right.
150 just this show are already gone. That means there's
Okay.
250 left to go around. That's it for our bleeding hearts. The colors are so vibrant. But here's what's
Mhm.
really great about this. This is the perfect time to plant these. Right? So even if you're like, oh, you know what, I didn't even get around to thinking what I wanted to put new in my garden this year, this is a great addition. Plus, if you've got those troublesome areas that don't get a ton of sun, but you still want to have color and blooms, it's right here. And it's so
Yeah.
interesting and beautiful and really artistic. In terms of, it
Oh,
looks like art from Mother Nature. And if, listen, there's so many things that I've learned about, like, this last year, Barb. Let's slow down a little
yeah.
bit, kind of take in and enjoy the simple and the little sweet things in life. And isn't it
So true.
interesting how quickly, though, we kind of go back to maybe some old habits, and all of a sudden we find ourselves and our calendars are full and we're busy, right? What if you got this as that little reminder to just settle down sometimes, and to kind of
Yeah.
pause and to enjoy kind of that peace calmingness that we did learn from last year? Plant a reminder in your backyard, or send it to someone that you love who would enjoy that little friendly
Oh,
reminder, right? So make sure you give us a call and place your orders, because this is our final quantity for the entire year.
oh, good. This is one of those best plants to send to somebody you love. What is better than a heart-shaped plant that's going to come back to them year after year, something that they're going to look forward to seeing these flowers. And Allie, you know what I love about it too? Yes, they are great in containers, they're great in the ground, amazing as borders, but I love cutting them. We actually have some growing behind the flower shop. And I said, "Oh, make sure when those bloom, we are going to get the cuttings and bring them in." They make a flower arrangement so extraordinary with the grace of those arch stems, the shape of those flowers. It really does stop people in their tracks. A lot of people have heard of bleeding hearts, but actually seeing that is actually in a heart
Yeah.
shape. And each and every one of those flowers just dangles gracefully from that arch shape. I love the ferny type of foliage. It definitely has that mystical look of that woodland garden that if you're starting to see like, oh, there's bare spots and I really have that shady area that nothing is growing, please try this bleeding heart because this is something that is going to set that woodland stage for that magical garden that maybe you've only been dreaming about. You can
Hmm.
have that right in your own backyard
Yeah.
or right in your own pot.
Well, Barb, these have been so popular. But remember,
Oh, I'm so happy.
with now how many have been spoken for? Like we had 4,000 for the season, right? We're kind of down to the final quantity. And you're the first ones to get the sale price of $24.54. It's going to ship to you for free. Plus, you could do those easy payments, which breaks it up, right? Of what is it, $6.14? So you break it up on easy payment and you're enjoying it year after year after year. And it's gonna get better and
Yeah.
better with time. Free shipping and handling, 150 left to go around. You get a 3-piece set. And remember too, even in the shade, this is gonna work. My kind of plant, my kind of flower at that. It's M71393 is going to be your item number. Place your orders. I don't know if this is going to last our entire show, Barb. So if you're thinking about the bleeding hearts, I don't want you to miss out, and then you're going to actually have a bleeding heart, right? That would be sad.
Exactly. That would.
Okay, we have more live plants coming up in our show.